Hi, friends. Today we're talking about the smear campaign. Um, I know it can be super infuriating. Like, how can the narcissist be such a big fat liar that they are saying this and this and that about me? And it's like, where did they even come up with this stuff? Like, it's pretty shocking. And it could be a really quick way to get deep into your heart with anger and bitterness and rage, disgust, depression, sadness, grief, all of it, or maybe going from one to the other and back, and shame, feeling that way about somebody that also has you. You also have good memories with. So it's a roller coaster of emotions. And I would like to remind you that the smear campaign is the narcissist's version of insurance. They need to ensure that if you expose them, that no one will believe you. And so it's definitely premeditated. It's not going to be an overnight thing. You've been assigned the role of the scapegoat, or the maybe you've taken on the parent role and have been assigned all of the adult duties if that's your parent. If it's a spouse, then they're going to wait and show you that dark, vicious side in private. And it's going to be so shocking, the difference between what they show other people and what they show you. So, for example, you could, a smear tactic that they could have towards you would be to label you as emotional and hysterical, and you can't handle anything. You're always just nervous, like you're a nervous wreck, and very sensitive. But what people don't see is that on your way over to a special event, when it's just you and the narcissist in the car, they are just like laying into you and just, you're the worst thing ever, and you just do everything wrong. You can't get anything right. They tell you over and over again. They don't know how they can. You're lucky that they put up with you because you're so stupid and you're so thick-headed and you're such a crybaby. And they don't stop, and they keep upping the ante until you're just this blubbering, crying mess of like, get me out of this car. And then by the time you get to where you are in public, you look crazy. You look hysterical. You look like all those things that they're accusing you of. So they push your buttons on purpose in public so that they can justify the lies that they're spreading about you. So how can they do that? How can they just be how could they premeditate cruelty like that, right? I just think of it like a survival thing for them. Like, they can't survive without their fake persona, okay? And you have information against them that will destroy their reputation. And they need to destroy yours so that in case you decide to tattle on them, no one will believe you. And it's just as simple as that. It doesn't take any kind of special hate towards you. It doesn't mean that they believe all those lies that they're telling about you. It's just an insurance policy in case you tattle and try to expose them. And that's all it is. It's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be any more complicated. It doesn't have to be any more thought out. They need to smear you. They need to discredit you. They need to make people not believe you in case you have the nerve to tell the truth. And that's why they're doing it. It's just their survival. It's their way of maintaining their fake identity, their fake public persona. And it could be like, their smiles and la 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 la, and everybody's having a great time, and they get in the car with you and after the party, and then just lay into you beforehand, lay into you after, and you're watching this person thinking like it's Jekyll and Hyde. But you see them, you know that they don't act like this in front of other people, so that means they know it's not acceptable. Somewhere in their mind, they know that this behavior is not acceptable. But they still need it. They're like a junkie. They have to use you as this emotional punching bag. And that's why you see it. They can't be fake all the time. They need some sort of outlet. And they are so upset about everything that they think they're entitled to that they don't have, that they just need some outlet. And you happen to be it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching these channels. So don't take it personally. Let the past be the past. If this is an old relationship that you are still mourning, you are still trying to understand, then my suggestion to you would be just to let it go. If this is a relationship that you are still in, then I would ask you to please, please consider being very quiet and trying to shut your emotions down just a little bit. I'm not telling you to be a robot, but just dial it back a little bit, put your guard up a little bit, and start paying attention. Start paying attention to how you're being spoken to and when you're being spoken to that way, and who they are around when they're on their best behavior. And you're going to see patterns and you're going to see things. And look up gaslighting, look up triangulation, look up more on smear campaigns, look up all these things, and hopefully by hearing other people discuss their history and bring out to light their secrets and their sadness and their dark times, you're going to hear, wow, I know exactly what they're talking about. Wow, like your mom did that to you too. Wow, your husband did that to you too. Like, it's going to be an eye-opener, because then you're going to realize it wasn't just specific to you. It wasn't special for you. It was just what they need to do, and they all need to do it. So then you can take yourself out of that emotional aspect of it where you're like, how can my mom do that to me? Well, she can do that to you because she's displaying narcissistic traits, like she's acting like this toxic narcissist, and that's what toxic narcissists do. So it's not your mom doing that to you. I mean, you don't take it and like, how can my mother do this to me? Like, a person like this can do this to their children, to their spouse, to whoever, their grandchildren, whoever they assign, because they need that scapegoat so bad in order to function in their life. And they can't have it if people defend you. So they have to make it so that people won't defend you and people won't believe you. And if you try to talk to people and they tell you, oh, come on, knock it off. Like, I think you're saying a little bit much. I know mom's a little annoying, but she's not that bad. And then you're going to get that pushback, and then you're going to learn, wow, I don't get support when I tell the truth. And so you're going to stop telling the truth. Or hopefully you'll watch enough videos, or go see a counselor, or go see a minister and join a church. Change your surroundings, change the people that you're around, change anything that is setting you up for a negative environment, and then you can make a healthier decision on what to do next. So I hope you find this helpful, and I hope that eases the heartache and the pain a little bit for you. Don't take it personally. They are just grabbing onto anything to maintain that little bit of sense of power that they have. They try so hard to hold on to shape the world the way they want it to be, to shape people's idea of them the way they want it. And believe me, they are very miserable people. And as always, I'm going to recommend that you go no contact. I'm going to recommend that you put up super hard boundaries if you have to stay in contact because you co-parent with them, or it's in-laws. anything like that where you can't make a clean break. But yeah, go no contact if you can. And if not, just, just don't take it personally. Take a step back a little bit, and it will ease the pain a lot without letting you go down that dark, ugly path of bitterness, anger, and resentment. Be very careful, because that's a monster that only gets bigger and stronger the more you feed it with sad, angry thoughts and bad feelings towards other people. Okay, so be very, very careful of that monster. And yeah, I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great night.